hello again friends, and this time come back to Europe. Phone's sorted, I hope that's okay. I think I might have to turn it up just a little bit. Do let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, whatever. I will get it back to perfect at some point. I'll try and keep using the P's, see if it's popping, if I can resolve that. Oh, our company has disappeared, what a shame. There were two aeroplanes on the pan here. The 2E had been here since I logged on about 10 or 15 minutes ago, just to reserve my spot, and the aeroplane is not quite in the right position. And I guess the Ryanair arrived. Anyway, here we are at, it's not really Barcelona, it's Girona, but Ryanair say it's close to Barcelona, for what that's worth. Ready for another FSE plus virtual Ryanair trip. This time to Karlsruhe. No. Baden-Baden, yeah. Anyway, pretty much it for the intro. We're going to be going direct, essentially VOR to VOR. There were no really valid routes, so I gave up trying to do that, just picked whatever was shortest, and this is most definitely shortest. So we'll see how we get on. The FSE payload has been loaded, so we're going to, of course, have some defueling to do from the centre tank as always, and then we will get on our way. I've started smart cars. We're here on stand 1, so I'm just going to write that down. I haven't had a look to see if there's any ATC online. I'm going to have to get up and get an iPad in a moment. But without further ado, let's hop into the cockpit and at least get defueling. As you can see, cold and dark. And we have no gate power here, so we can either use the APU or we can connect the GPU. So the battery can come on, as can the emergency exits. Position the strobe to steady. You could check the ground power. Try we get any AC. Anyway, on comes the AC power. Go up to the top. Quite like that. The light spilling past the knobs there is quite good. 7 minutes to align because we are that bit further south. 3 gear green here. Fuel damper can come on, everything else set to normal. I'm not going to bother checking the crossfeed. Cabin util IFE are on, belts are all off, igniters right, diff pressure 0, hydraulic pumps can come on. No heat guns on. This can go to auto, let's just have a look. We are light, the FSE trips give us a relatively light payload, 130, so 380. And our arrival, 400 feet. There we go, that's the initial overhead done. Set that to an odd number. Test the auto brakes. It comes on, goes off. Hydraulic pressure we have. 2000 set. Radios are set. It is us done. Marseille Centre is on, I believe. Yep, got that right, well done me. So that's us. So I am going to have to defuel to 3.5 tons. So let's do that now. So we'll do the payload first, which is 130 packs. We've got 2630, I've got 630 there. 2 tons at the back. The airplane wobbled a bit. Actually, I tell a lie. We can assume most of the front, not quite the front rows are empty. Anyway, 12.9 on the payload. Back to the fuel, I said we need 300. I'll empty the center tank. And then we need a block fuel of just under 6.2. So we'll empty that tank. See how we get on. So no one online here, I'm going to put the radio on. Get rid of the branding. And we can pop into the FMC to get most of the initial done. Nav data is correct, update 13 on the software. We are at DG. Stand 1. IRS left. GPS. And EDSB is where we're off to. Minus 7 Delta X-ray. And I'm going to load that exported plan from SimBrief in. Moving on. Lima Tango, oh no. BGR, LTP, lock, Sol, and then inbound. That will do the 56 bang on. Pop the planned fuel in, and of course 0 fuel weight. Do it once you've adjusted your payload, but it doesn't matter if the fuel changes, because 0 fuel, that's the mass of the airplane with no fuel. So, planned fuel, triple taxi, 3.5, this 2460, 25, 2.6 for the reserves, cost index of 6, cruise of 380, and you see we've got a step descent as we move from the French airspace into either Switzerland or Germany, because we're going east. France is north to south rather than east to west, so that's why that changes there. Same with Italy. Top of climb wind 255, 28. The ISA deviation is +1. Can't do the takeoff performance yet. Can check, gross error check, 500-ish miles. It's about right. If it was 100, it would be very wrong. If it was 1,000, it would be very wrong, but it's close enough. We'll get the let's do it over on this one. Just so I don't lose my place in that flow going through ours. So 1500 Zulu. So 180, 11. Variable between 160 and 220. With 10k visibility. Few clouds at 4,000 feet. Temperature 27, that's nice. 2.20, not so good. 016. So we pop 1016 in. Still waiting for that fuel to dump out. As the RS is aligned, so my director can go master my side. Somebody on VATSIM saying changing mics. in text, not odd, on Unicom. See the RMP and AMP. Still not. I don't know if that is actually accurately measured. Never know, knowing Zibo. And once we start fueling, I'll start the flight as well. See if there's anybody else around. I think there is. So this should all be zoom level 17. Big maps with X-Europe overlays, and now with HD trees. I had hoped they would look a little bit better than that. Still a bit sideways on. They're better looking, but forest's better. Buildings are a bit patchy, I guess. But apart from that, it's pretty good. Sufficient fuel, yeah. Get rid of it. Okay, so let's request 6159, which is our block. Actually, I'll tell you what, 6.2, just for a nice little roundup. Because we've got no extra today, the weather's looking pretty reasonable. Get the flight boarding. Get my iPad. I've been talking to myself there. Just realised I've been talking and picking it up. Anyway, so I'm going to just be at the mic for a sec, grab the iPad. Okay. Have my monitor brightness up as well, as the sun is coming out. So, performance-wise, we're only going to be a few kilos out. Firstly, we've got to decide what runway we're using. So I'm just loading up my charts. So we have a runway 20, and that's clearly going to be our favourable one. Sorry, I don't know why I was sticking it down there. So 195 is the runway heading. That's going to give us the BGR5 Hotel, Bagur. Which is straight ahead, 94 from the Girona VOR. And then 1, 2, 0.2. 4.1. Both the nav aids required for that departure. 60 DME above 1700. F092 track to intercept 242 inbound, which is 062. There we go, that's our departure. We need to be above flight level 100. Is there an initial climb? Is there an initial stop out? There is not. So, call it 10,000. Go, I think we've finished fueling. How are we doing for the payload situation? Take off 22, I'll do us. So we have got 3.1 tons in each. I'm just scribbling the total fuel top of each page on the flight log. And then I will do the times in a minute. We are meant to be able on 16:15. And we should then be landing estimated 17:37 with Zibo, of course. So we got the runway heading selected. 20. Let's just have a look at the aerodrome chart. Echo 2 is probably not that unfeasible. But no reduced takeoff data here, so it's going to be a full power takeoff 26k. Assumed temperature, that's giving us 100, yep. So let's put the wind in, which was 18011. So we'll take a thrust reduction. Let's go for 800. Accelerate 15. So 26k flap 5. Dry runway. Leads on 1842 meters. These speeds I've got 132, 134, 144. It's close enough. Within 1 knot. And FRA is 1500. It's all from AppSoft. So 20, 5 hotel. Check the legs. 194 Foxtrot. It's not quite intercept. Oh, I suppose it is 092 intercept. Put that in. I'm going to put the arrival in. Sul at 1. Either runway, and we'll probably do an RNAV approach just because it's a bit easier than the procedural. Not easier, but a bit less entering the hold, FAF, etc. It's procedural. You to get a nice downwind position, which you'll see later. So there is the takeoff. There's the legs. The APU started in just 2 moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see the seatbelts lights flash on and off. Also an indication for you to actually make sure
set the parking brake.
Securely fastened and ready for departure.
2615 is Marseille. See what they give us. Direct VORs, so they might not like it. And it says I've got 2 people watching, so if you are watching, please say hi. Got a bit of time in the cruise to talk through any questions you may have. I'm gonna take 90, so it has changed. 10, oh no, still 1016. 1530 Zulu, it's fine. Change there. Anyway, the APU needs to come on. Now there are standard taxi routes, I believe. Echo 1, Tango 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Golf. Echo 4, Echo 6, Golf 4. Just write that down, Echo 6. Echo 4, Tango 6, Golf 4. So we won't make that unnecessarily complicated. Try that again, so we are going to runway 20. Go 4, Tango 6, Golf 4. Oh no, that's arrival, gosh. Golf 4. Tango 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go 1. Golf 4, oh god, I mean just leave via Golf, it's not difficult. Right. So APU is available on the bus, lead is on, let's get the cabin cooling down. And we'll shut the door. Get a better pushback on. So this is interesting. Just do something like that.
Ground to cockpit. Canon knowledge. Coming through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit. Tau is driving up.
So we are on the bus, we can get rid of the GPU. Hello Ben. There we go, let me just allow that. For some reason it blocked that. Oh, well done mate. Good for you. I'll try and check that out if I have a chance. So pumps can all go on. We are self-sufficient. And there's still no ATC online.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Cones disappear. Pretty good looking sim. That's a pretty good looking aeroplane with reflections, etc. So we are on Project Fly, we are on FSE, we're on Virtual Ryanair. All these things going on at once. Project Fly is updated and we finally sorted their server issues out. And we will be pushing back.
Tau connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
So, engines, yes. Pumps are all on. Get the cabin secure, and then we'll announce our push.
Should we push the brake gear, number the fuel movements, make sure PCM belts are securely fastened. If you're still using a force, we would appreciate if you slowly make sure to switch that. You will be taking a fantastic airplane on a short journey. Yours will meant before the departure would appreciate your full attention as the safety is paramount here. Thank you guys.
Good. Cabin secure. Push at 1602. And we will have 6. Six, 2, 1, 0. Drone traffic. Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, push and start. Stand 1 facing north. Brakes off.
Starting pushback, and you
Time
may
has
start
started.
engines.
And it's a little bit of a long push, so we're not going to start the engine up straight away. It is Ryanair, of course, to minimise our fuel consumption. Maybe the trees are better resolution. Maybe I didn't install them correctly. Still just look a bit cardboard. Anyway, let's get the packs off. Start engine number 2. %5 fuel on. Starter cutout. And a pretty stable engine there. 2, 4, 6 and 3. Bit of a bump, and we're pretty much ready. Just not bad timing.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Start engine.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Let's save this as Control 3 engine start view. 5% fuel on. So we got this one, this one, this one. There are a few buttons left.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. And signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
So we'll just wait to see the pin. Run through the whole flow once we see it, but we got 2 stable engines there, 2, 4, 6, 4, 6 and 3. There is the pin, so let's run through the flow. Get the AC back on. We've seen the pin, flap 5. There go the flaps. Flight controls, full forwards, full aft, left, full right, left rudder, full right rudder. We got the trim set, recalls checked, before taxi checklist, generators on, no lights, APU off, not required, start switches, continuance, anti-ice, not required, pro-peats on, air conditioning, max, auto, bleeds on, isolation valve, auto, flap, 5 required, 5 set, green light, stab trim, 5 units required, 5 units set, start levers to middle detent, flying controls checked, recalls checked, are therefore ready to taxi. So let's just have a look. So we're exiting via Golf 4 to taxi Tango, hold Echo 1. Girona traffic, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray taxiing, hold Echo, we're on runway 20 via Golf 4 and Tango. Self-clear taxi. Brakes off. It's checked. Bit of a slope here, so we have to give it more beans than in real life to get it going. Check clear, should have done. So we look like we'll be pretty much on time. So it's just taxi straight down all the way to the end. They make it sound very complicated. could sort of understand if these were holding points, but they're just segments of taxiway. Seems like it's a lot of unnecessary readback. So we'll arm LNAV, VNAV, see how that handles the initial track. Quick, but we were going uphill, so I wasn't going to use the throttle setting. Expecting us to decelerate a bit there, but actually we're gaining, so bring the power back. So 144 set, 5 set, and 5.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Cabin secure. Bit quick, my bad. Don't lose any points for that. Actually 4 or 5 minutes early. So my taxiing like I stole it. Runner traffic, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray lining up, taking off runway 20 for Bagger 5 hotel departure. So self-cleared. Big scene, nothing heard. If somebody's on file and have not called up, they can do one. It's checked. Need to go. We're going to have 60 something on board. Probably be airborne. 16:12, 3 minutes early.
Approaching 20.
Don't need to use all the runway, but useless things. Runway behind you.
On runway 20.
Correct runway. 6090. 1612. 40% engine stable. Runway heading. Power. Toga. Time. And still on the throttle. Pushing forward on the control column. Drives the controls, keep the airplane straight. In the rudder you can see the wind swinging about.
V1, rotate.
And off the throttle. Seconds to 10 degrees. Positive rate. Gear travels. Command gear up with single pilot.
400.
Gear travels. 400 LNAV. Gear is up. There's the throttle reduction. And we need 1700 before we can turn. There is 17. And the acceleration. So we are left 092. This track accelerating, flap 1. So flap is travelling. So flap 1, flap up, flap travel. There's max 210 in the turn. Command. Map is up. Break off. Into some cloud. Gear up and off. Do the rest of the after takeoff checks. Once we get stable. So there's 092. roughly tracking that. A handful. Mostly through the cloud. No worries about icing. So we should, if we had an FO, we'd be able to swap that. Because we've completed that turn, so we could go to 250 as we are trying to intercept now. 062 inbound. Turns going to be early. So we're going to go speed into vent 250. Need to speed the airplane up. That scenery. Brilliant. Retracts up, save a bit of fuel. Find the jet as well, shall we?
As we go.
So let's set 80. There you go, see, so it can be done. Flight director guidance as well, and if we get this right, bingo, plug up. Going to visit, because we need the FO to do that. Don't do too bad. Flight director's finally caught up with us. Wasn't the best flown approach, but you can see you do need equal command A. Equals checked. All the lights can go off. All pumps. Cabin is pressurizing. Crew can go. And out over the coast we go. So yeah, that could have been a bit better, but it was much the profile as it should have been, rather than what VNAV wanted, LNAV even. Too bad. That's me. So we are in LNAV. Seemed a little bit late on the turn there. Was a little bit bumpy, it's smoothed out, so 5.5, cabin's climbing. Check that. Plane's pressurizing. Off we go. Ah, okay, maybe that was 60 ME we should have been straight ahead to. Whoops, never mind. 60 ME and over 1700, whereas I had it 1700. Hello Chris, yes it was, it looks nice, but sadly it was poorly flown because I didn't brief the departure. Never mind. The turn was slightly early. I thought it was Zibo was doing its usual thing, having a point rather than a height, but it was 60 ME, must be above 1700. And probably gets told off. Oh well, no one will know. Cut the turn. A pretty good climb performance at full power. So what time were we overhead? 18. 5.5. 3/8 set once, twice, 3 times. Another 10 check to do at 200. Now we're directly having all VOR 200. Cabin is at 6.5, climbing at 500. Sorry, the diff pressure is 6.5. Cabin is at just over 3. 4 pumps. Bodies out their seats. It's quite looking like quite a nice day. The cloud on the Ortho, but I think it's perfect. Escobar. So, about 4 minutes, in 2 minutes time, we would be moving into the French FIR. No center controllers on, so I'm not going to be talking to any of them. Have a look and see what that traffic is. SFS. Callsign is there. I'd have to look it up. So none of the sensors are on over France. There's a few approach and towers on. I think Marseille is on. Nice is on. He's going to Nice again and make as good a landing as Chris did. Certainly that approach into 2-2 last time was awful. In fairness, it was stormy. Just an excuse though. Rusty with the hand flying. So, oh, we've got quite a long way to go to having. Keeps the flight log relatively short, just to 2 sides of A4. I guess we change French, say we change French sector. Odd. It puts us in LFFF, LFFF. Cross into Switzerland for a little bit, and then into Germany. realised I've been talking to myself with the mic off, whoops. Anyway, our top of climb should be 20 minutes in. See that we've got 6,000 to go. We're going to be 4 minutes, so we're going to be 3 minutes early on that. Now the forecast QNH arrival is 1013. Okay, that's set. Ryanair SOP do that before. Top of climb. Race error check, I'm sure I've mentioned that before. There's lots of other little gems like that. Wow. That's two very different types of aeroplane, Chris. But yes, back in Europe, only because doing the FSE life, building up some fake money whilst getting a change of scenery, and it's takes you to some fairly obscure places. FSE is quite good for that, and there just happened to be one of these trips, so I thought, hey, why not jump on it? So yeah, you'll have to let us know, or maybe do a review of those. Assume they're both payware. But yeah, it's good to have a few different types. I suppose transitioning to the Boeing is probably relatively easy because the modes are similar, if not, they're certainly not the same, but they are similar. The Embraers look quite good for fun, especially for short regional trips. So, yeah. Hello Logic. OpenGL difference. No, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. To be honest, OpenGL is pretty bad anyway. So if there is a difference, probably going to be small. But if you're, if you're hovering around 20-25 frames and you're eking out maybe a 10% gain, if there is a gain like that in OpenGL, then probably just need to turn settings down more than anything. Once you're properly stuck, and it's all a bit moot anyway because Vulcans can make a massive difference, as it did up until Beta 3 or that worked for me. So yeah, I'm sorry I can't. I'll tell you. At least I think I must be on 11. Must be on the beta. I lose track. I've been trying to sorting out so much ortho, converting it. So yeah, sorry I can't answer that question. But yeah, it's good to be back in Europe. Back with Ryanair. Although American Virtual are pretty good. Delta Virtual seem a bit sparse, but it's more routes, more about routes than anything.
1,000 to go.
Or maybe not, as of course climb rate reduced a bit. First look at ex-Europe. Not that you can see much from here. What's this airport out here? Is this Montpellier? I've got to tell from the orange chart. I'm going to assume that it is. We are bouncing our way up to top of climb. That's 5 minutes ahead of schedule, 2 minutes. Is a bit of wait time. And 2310, 2320. So that's fuel on board. just over 4.6 tons. This is a burn of 590, which is 108 kilos less. Oh, okay, so maybe I just need to do a bit more exploring and see. But yeah, ex-Europe is really good. It's just so much easier to install. Trying to do overlays for Ortho is tedious at best. So even though football is good, it doesn't cover all of the USA. And it's got overlays, but they're all in separate folders. You've got them separately. You know, just okay, it's 1.6 and it unpacks to, I don't know, 6 gig, but at least you just do it and it's done. And it's good. And I think it can only really get better. So I forget who the developer of that is, but some people do some stuff. It's alright, you're welcome. I tell you what, if you noticeably burst, yeah, it's irritating. If you're on NVIDIA, if you've just updated the drivers to the latest, roll back to the ones previously. So I have not updated, sort of, we're having issues. So all I can say is do that. If you have updated, if not, I don't know, but that's at least one place you can start. So that's where the community is good for feedback. Let some other guinea pig do it. But I mean, as you can see, frames are not too bad. You know, I never really had major issues in OpenGL, but maybe it was some driver issues in Amsterdam that was causing it to die. But Vulkan is just so much better. And to get to the bottom of the device class errors. What worries me is actually something local, and that 11.5 gets released on beta and I've still got the issue, then that's a whole other world of grief. But I mean, no, I don't know. I just don't know. And it is frustrating when you're trying to spend this time. So I've got the arrival start plugged in. 17:06. 30 odd minutes. I might go make some food and just sneak that in before top of descent, rather than waiting till after landing. How we get on? That's alright. Zibo. Took me ages to find that alpha channel logo. Guess you guys can't make out the text there. I can just about make it out, but the resolution isn't much good. Tube. Project Fly's working. Tempted to upgrade for a month just to get the stream overlay, see if that's any good. But for the time being, so let's get to anyway. Let's go Avion. I'm not sorry. The mic. Just to try and tweak this noise gate. Actually, just turn up the mic volume. Windows maybe that's the issue. What I need to do is write it all down. Anyway, let's go over to Avion. And I'll go make some food. I didn't have the time. I didn't think I would have time to do it, but I think it's going to work out okay. So we think 37 overhead Avion. That's 2 minutes early. Give us 17:35 Zulu. So an hour from now on the ground, with any luck. have a look and step through the descent. It's correct. Yeah, step through the descent and have a look at the arrival. I have a feeling I know what I'm going to do, having looked at the charts already. But we can at least look at it, talk it through. Tell you why I'm not doing LPV. So what are we going to have overhead? Definitely 4 tons something. Whoa, hello. That's the wrong way. Figured it out at least. Go off to Tor do something. The Tor do pin at VOR. Tune out in a moment. So to the Morse. Don't think I've tried that to see if it works. Anyway, it's 11555. So that doesn't come through my headphones, which is weird. So that's LTP and Morse, and you've got the Morse on the chart as well. So you can still identify it that way. Although I'm led to believe that that is actually generated from interpreting the Morse, so that will only be correct if it is correct. Right, let's go make some food. Yeah, guys. Okay, well, sorry for leaving you there, guys. I have to cram some dinner in. Got a nice view of the Alps out to the right. It's a bit of hilly terrain down here. It's pretty good. And out this way, wow. Shame about the lod there. Bit bad. But the Alps themselves look pretty good. Along with the mesh, same about that. I'm not quite sure what that blur is. Those are all nice and sharp. I have no idea what's going on here. But certainly gives some depth. Definitely gonna have to try this in VR at some point. Captain Reynolds, thanks very much. So I can't really say much. Thanks for the like. But there I wasn't even here, so well done you for calling in. Probably not going to miss much. We can have a look outside, just brace your ears. Wow, that's looking pretty nice. Is this? It's not perfect, but by golly, it is also pretty damn good. Have a look. That's me. Nice to see a little thing down there. I have no idea. Oh, this is Lake Geneva, duh. That's how important my geography is. Anyway, oh, we're almost at the top of descent. That was a bit of a rush, so done the SB. Right, let's get that up. Mud. The descent forecasting. Look at the ATIS as we speak, just to confirm that. Still 1013. Might be speaking to someone. 200. There we are. 280. 77. 276. 53. Or a little bit close, wasn't it? 27. Oh. Transition. Altitude is 5,000 feet, which means it's going to be 6560 if it changes. That in. And arrival wise, let's step through. Legs. KBA above 6,000. Above 6,000. Yeah, well, so that's it. That's fine. What we really need to do is put the runway in. So, having looked at got the METAR already. 1650. 21011. 10k. That's about 3,400. 23. 2.153. So 210, let's have a look. Runways do they have? They have a runway 21. So, going to be runway 21. We can't have 21. KBA, KRH, it's going to be KBA. Modify that. So we reckon it's 1 ton lighter, so 58.6. Our reserve fuel, if okay, I'll have a look at that, see if I can find one of my many networks. So, trip and taxi. London's pretty boring, to be fair. I mean, Heathrow, we've done Gatwick a few times. Been into Heathrow with KLM. Some of the arrivals are fun. It's fun if it's busy. Reserves 2526. So I'm just scribbling this down so I've got easy reference. And stands 2627 for arrival. Tirana to anywhere. What's so special about Tirana? Would the arrival be fun? I certainly haven't been, so give me a clue. So what I'm going to do is step through this. And compare it with the chart. So, Lima, it's going to be RMP21. And we've got some MSAs to worry about, although it's pretty clear weather. There's the airport. And the reference chart has noise abatement about reverse thrust, which is nothing above idle, so we will respect that. So, as you can see, our MSAs are from the aerodrome reference point, so we can pop that in because we'll need that. Got the nav aid NDB 431. Put that both sides. So we can use that as we see fit. And we're probably going to 1161. And we've already checked those arrivals, and they are fine. The MSA is 5.4, so we could technically go below once we clear it. And there is our arrival. So if we step through this, let's just move this down out of the way so we can see. Lock. Sol above 6, KBA above 6, the lowest we can go is 4 on this segment. So what I'm thinking is we could actually go above 6, respecting the MSA of 5,400, and then start descending, remain above 5,400 at this point, and down to 4, and that might just work out, because it's 4 all the way down. So instead of going all the way, instead of going all the way in there, maybe take a point and effectively join downwind. Certainly seems reasonable in my mind, as you can see there. So SB 400, if we did that, what is that going to look like? Probably not too bad, to be fair. Just saves going all the way over there. In fairness, we could probably go straight to base. So if we took 401, 210 below we've got, and again they are all above 4,000 as the minimum. We did that. Even better still, straight into a base, and then a left base. In. Okay, beats to run. Okay. Go on from there. Maybe if we come in and go out, might be something to think about. So, Bitsu 4,000, and then 3-degree glide, runway 21. I'm happy with that. Now, what's that going to do to our top of descent? That's brought it forward a fair bit. Get the throttles to idle. And let's just descend to at least 200 to start with. Now there is a -2 ahead. Now not airways. So we're not doing LPV because we need WAS, EGNOS, any form of the augmentation system, and you need the MMR for it. So unless you've got the MMR, you cannot fly the LPV to Cat 1 minimums. So we'll do LNAV, VNAV, and that gives us category C 720. It's a baro limit, baro minima, which gives us 315 feet. There we are descending. We may have to level off and then dirty dive. I see these guys. Just trying to scan and look out. Not doing very well here. Scenery's looking pretty nice. Somebody should be out here. Why don't we see them? It's great when you've got a nice white background. We can always just grab out hold if we need to. Anyway, we've got some traffic. Oh, they're above us now anyway.
Traffic.
There we go.
Clear of conflict.
Probably gave those guys a bit of a spook. Oh, there we go. What's that? Austrian, Swiss. Anyway, we haven't got long to go. Now this could go pretty spectacularly wrong. Could end up in a bit of a high energy situation. And if we do, as long as we're above 5,400, we can maneuver around the MSAs. I'm going to give it a little bit of drag just to keep it happy. So runway 21 can go first. Now what am I doing? Runway 21 fix. It's going to be a 4-mile fix ring. EMC 10 miles for flap 1 gate. And then for the MSAs we're going to use EDSB 25 miles. And that's why we have to be above 5,400. So that's nice and easy. So we reckon 58.6, or do we? About 0.5, no, 58.9. Pop that in to remember it. Quite a bit of a fuel saving there. Managed to let us get too slow. Just going to add a little bit of throttle manually and put the AT back on. Do the landing performance on the tablet. Lap 30 because we've got 3,000 meters, so it's not a short runway. It's 2-1, 210, minute 11, 23 degrees, 013. 58.9. 11 knot headwind. So 5, 6. And you'll see we make the whole runway. Try and vacate at Delta with auto brake 2. If not, we'll have to go to the end. Checked. Set. 141. 141. Plus 5. I'm going to call it plus 6. And I'll change the performance as well. Makes negligible difference, but remember I didn't do that last time. And it could have been a bit better. So we've passed 300. Aeroplane is depressurizing happily. Aerodrome elevation is 400 feet. So ISS. It's those two flights. No idea who they are. So we should be talking to someone. We're a little bit slow, but nothing to worry about. Clouds don't look too bad apart from the flickering. Frame rate is doing okay. And a pretty simple arrival. You see, we could of course take that shortcut in and then effectively it's almost a teardrop, it replicates a teardrop approach. We're just going to go straight to base leg and hope that we don't have a little bit too much energy, which we very well could. But let's see how VNav gets on with it. Like I say, if it does look like we are a little bit fast, if we're struggling to get, there's our flap gate. If I have a look at the chart, Bitsu is over 10 miles out, so there is Bitsu. It's 4,000 above. We could have plumbed in a level segment. What we could do is see what happens if we do that. Ah, east. 127 and 725, so let's plumb that in. Nars 2772. Hangar radio, good Narbon to Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, line radar hello, squawk 2062.
Squawk 2062, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray. Let's do that. What you can do is go to standby and go back just to make sure it updates.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, radar contact, expect ILS runway 21, descent flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70, request the RMP runway 21, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, expect so.
Okay. So, because we've been given that, he's gonna. What I'm gonna do is pop us in. So we're going down to 70. I'm gonna level change, and that should have matched speed, I think. So I'm gonna let the airplane stabilise there. Actually, let's go 255 just to get us back on path. Then I am going to reinsert the full rhyme. Now we are a bit low, but if we get given a direct at any of those points, then we can do it. ADF on.
Continue on Unicom 122, that's right.
And it's 317. Outbound from the VOR. Then we're all on AV all the way. And the final approach is 210. So let's get the punter set down. And the approach brief. So we are planned for a direct base join. If we can commit. Final approach is 210. Bitsu at 4. Minimum 720 we have. Final approach 147. And the missed approach is straight ahead. Max 220 to Sierra Bravo 410 and then back to the beacon for an NDB hold. He's not going to care what our minimums are, the approach is the same. He doesn't need to know that we're just doing LNAV VNAV. Got our MSAs. Terrain's looking interesting enough. And we are well and truly inbound, so there is no one else to talk to apart from centre. Strasbourg is online. Got auto brake 2 set. So we are in and cooking. So like I say, it's always worth having a pen and paper, scribble down those instructions. You can just write it, say it back, you don't have to think, and then you can process it afterwards.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, cleared Source 1 Lima arrival.
It's Source 1 Lima arrival, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray. So the clearance limit is now the Baden-Baden NDB, EDF431, which we should be picking up soon. We have been cleared for that arrival. So if we are not cleared, we are going to have to enter the hold. Excuse me. And it's max 250 below 100, as ATC not applicable within the last Charlie airspace.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, descent via star, 6,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Sent via the star, altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1013, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray. So that's above. We can set 1013, doesn't change a thing, but we are now on the QNH and inbound. Like I say, might give us a shortcut. So 317 outbound. So a little bit of a rush there. This is why, especially if you're flying online, you've really got to get comfortable flying the aeroplane, being able to reset things up. And don't forget, if it does get a bit too much, just speak up, say that you're unable, request a hold. You know, if we weren't ready for this approach, then we could just enter the hold and hold at max 11,000, minimum 6,000, so we could just descend into that hold. Beautiful scenery. There's those trees in ex-Europe. Some puffy clouds. So we might be a little bit lighter. Then we get to set the NDB on here. 431.
Lufthansa 905, contact München, radar 131.02.
So 25 miles, which is not far off the 30. 30 being 10,000 as a guide, but don't forget we're going in to come back out and round. Pretty much on track. 6,000 is good for us. There we go, there's the NDB picking up. How far away are we? 25 odd miles.
Lufthansa 478, cleared Unuco 25 November transition. Unuco 25 November transition 478.
So RMP RNAV 21, actually listed as RMP rather than RNAV 209, 1 degree different. We can cope with that, we'll still get down to where we need to get down to, RNAV VNAV. miles, so that at least checks out.
Lufthansa 478, descent flight level 110.
What's W like? Are we a bit lower down? We must be, mustn't we? Seems really weird, this view. But I guess default is what a lot of people have. I guess you guys can see the instruments a bit better from there.
Lufthansa 478, descent flight flight level 110.
It's just not that different, it just certainly feels it. I'd like to be able to get both courses in, see all of the switches above and be able to operate them. Anyway, there it is 250. So we'll bring that back to 240 with the speed breakout. Packs are sat down in 3.5, cabin's coming down to 2.5. Pop the lights on. Logo's not required. Phone's on silent, chaps.
Radar schon genannt, American 75, passing flight level 35, 60 setting, mass flight level 9
Sure about those clouds.
American 75, Langen Radar identified, cleared Onoko 25, November, transition, descent flight level 110. American 75 is cleared Onoko 25, November, transition and descent flight level 110.
Now if we're not cleared, we are going to have to enter the hold. Beats, thanks for the sub. Sorry, I didn't see that. Thanks for the thumbs up. Try and get to Tirana. So, where is the airport? Can we see it?
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, out of Karlsruhe, cleared RMP runway 21, report final.
Cleared RMP runway 21, Wilco, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray. So, these guys know what they're doing. So we'll just follow this down.
Going 2, Bravo Alpha Langen Radar identified, climb flight level 350.
So I'm going to go to vertical speed at this point. Get us to above 6 here.
LL338, contact München Radar 131.02.
And then outbound we just need to be above 4.
131.02, thank you, goodbye.
Still too warm for anti-ice, even counter cloud.
Passing flight level 270, down 230 leveled at Peters. Lufthansa 189er, Langen Radar identified.
So we're still above the air. It's just a cheeky little shortcut.
Onoko 25 November transition. Onoko 25 November.
Still above the MSA. It's a very nice symmetrical junction there.
1,000 to go.
Pretty steep turn. So until we get to that point, we are going to go no lower than 5.4. That actually works out quite well. And we're going to have to bring the speed back in 10 miles.
1,000 to go.
Pretty nice.
Lufthansa 189er, descent flight level 120.
Looking really good.
Down 120, Lufthansa 189er.
So we can start bringing the speed back. We will be outbound 030. And you can see we're slowing pretty slowly.
120.8 to 478 dabei.
So there is MSA, and we can can start creeping down to 4. So there we are, within 1 mile. So, how far away is that?
From 7, correction, Eurowings 756.
Let's try 500 a minute.
You can contact Langen 135.72.
6 miles, and we'll go for the upspeed. It's a bit of a bump. Let's get the cruise set down. So I wonder if that is turbulence coming off the terrain.
GenX 299 Echo Mike, no further ATC available, monitor Unicom 122.8. Unicom 122.8,
Looking pretty good. So, 210, we've made that restriction. We probably could have done it a bit better. So we've just gone past our 10-mile fixed ring. 14 miles out. Remember that flap limit is it's a gate, it is a limit, you need to be flap 1 with speed before that. Otherwise it's a good indicator of a high energy approach and you're going to have to do something. So it is a left turn, still down to 4. Round to 300. Nice easy numbers.
American 75, contact Langen radar.
It's looking pretty bouncy to be fair.
Langen 120.
Maybe I'll tell a lie, the trees are looking certainly a lot bigger, thicker, less in the way. Europe's good. So 1107 these masts, I think they're on the chart, you can just see them up here.
London radar, very good afternoon. Alpine
Bring that back to 300.
D-Neils, flight level 360.
And level segment, we'll just give us a bit of time to slow down.
Identified, expect ILS.
So we're going to stay LNAV, VNAV.
Expect, and center, Seabird 99 Mike, and they're with you outside of the 320. Seabird 99 Mike, Langen radar identified.
Let's try something like that.
Alpine 72 Lima. Alpine 72 Lima uniform, descent flight level 70, expect ILS runway 25. Descent flight level 70, expect ILS runway 25, Alpine 72 Lima. Alpine 72 Lima uniform, fly heading 075. Fly heading 075, Alpine 72 Lima. Alpine 32 Alpha, no further ATC available, monitor Unicom 122.8. 122.8, Alpine 32 Alpha, thank you, bye-bye. Lufthansa 189.
Sounds rather happy for a Monday. So we will set 800.
To reach flight level 250 at tarmac.
Enough path, should hold that.
Tarmac level 250. Let's get forward.
Runner 7 Delta X-ray, final ONAV 21.
Runner 7 Delta X-ray, wind 210 degrees, 11 knots. Runway 21 clear to land.
Runway 21 clear land, thanks. Runner 7 Delta X-ray. We're giving them the distance, but a brain fault there. Anyway, there is the aeroplane descending. A little bit late. But it'll sort itself out. 2 miles ago, this is pretty nice. Should have come in here before, I definitely don't. Maybe we've come in here at night and I hadn't noticed. Trees around the lake. It's good. So I'm going to use a bit of speed brake because we've managed to pick up some speed there. Oh, I'll tell you why, because we should have gone to flap 5. as being somewhat dense. Flap 5 on the glide. Anyway, speed brake will get that done. Less than ideal. There you go, it's not a tutorial, easy to get complacent. There is the aerodrome. A lovely bit of scenery. Too busy enjoying the view.
189er, contact Langenräder, 120.8. 120.8, Lufthansa 189er.
Be afraid to use speed brake if you have to. Don't forget you can use 220 knots and flap 5, so it's not the end of the world. But you do want to get the aeroplane stable.
Wings 20 Tango, Langenräder identified.
Okay, speed brake in and armed.
Actually disregard cleared,
Looking nice.
Transition expected.
Could do with a few more buildings, but hey, way on Vulcan. Hey, Passix. Don't think I've seen you before, thanks for joining. So there's our 4-mile fixed ring. Gear down. Gear down, I can configure. Gear down flap 15 for VMC. We should be 5 miles at 2050. Which is, that is the correct glide.
Wings 425, Langenräder identified, climb flight level 190. 190, Wings 45. Hello, here is Hunter, vehicle Delta, flight level 130, inbound Masir. Echo Delta, Langenräder identified, climb flight level.
Okay, so there's 4 miles coming up. Let's go gear down. Flap 15. So speed brake armed, auto brake 2, flap 15, holding on the landing flap, gear down, 3 green, start switch is continuous, we have been cleared to land. Cabin secured, recall checked. Holding on the configure. So the missed approach is to 6,000. We can reset that once we are 1,000 feet.
1,000.
VNet path. Start configuring. 25. Flap 30, 147. So we look a little bit low.
Approaching 2,
Interestingly, a little
1.
bit slow.
By 7 to Lima uniform, we set 5,000 feet, QNH 1014.
500.
Set 5,000 feet, QNH 1014, from 7 to Lima.
So we've got a decent headwind.
100.
A little bit of a crosswind, so we are drifting slightly.
Continue.
200.
100. Descent flight level 110.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Bit of a float. Go down. Idle thrust, unless we absolutely need it. Quite on the centre, but hey, it'll do.
Line radar, Lufthansa 2429, currently climbing through 8,400, flight level 110.
We are assured of stopping, so thrust to idle, manual braking.
Take some climb to 170, on full Lufthansa 2429.
I think it's a 90-degree turn, so we are going to have to slow to 10 knots. No high-speed exits here.
Lufthansa 53, uniform, Langenräder identified, cleared impact.
That looks a bit worse. Looks more like strange. Pretty sure this is Delta.
Lufthansa 425, Langenräder identified, proceed direct Spesa.
Runner 7 Delta X-ray, runway vacated.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, welcome to Karlsruhe, taxi to stand of choice.
Standard choice, thanks very much for the service. You have a great night, by the way. Right, 7 Delta X-ray.
Alright.
Karlsruhe.
Number 425, cleared Spesa 25 Sierra transition.
Let's get the airplane cleaned up. Try and figure out where we are parking. 26, 27 on apron 2 by the control tower, down here somewhere. Let's give it a bit of beans.
Lang radar, Lufthansa 86 November, with you, climbing flight level 110.
Good, brake's not too warm. Probably could have got away with all the brake one. Speed brakes up. Now 23 en route is pretty good. I'll just turn the weather off.
Flight level 290, Lufthansa 86 November.
26, 27 right down the end before the tower. So I am going to start the APU. And 231 landing rate on smart cars. Project Flyer says 236. Not perfect, but alright. I think we can taxi this way. Probably should have read the approach brief. Otherwise we've got to go down and come back on ourselves. Get the lights off.
Going 7 Charlie Langen radar identified, climb flight level 350. Climbing level 350, 7 Charlie.
Oh, I tell a lie, maybe we can't.
C3 Echo Delta, contact Langen radar 135.72.
Oh well.
Contact Langen radar 135.72, around HH Echo Delta.
Saying about taxiway. It's looking wide enough. Or maybe not. Oh no, that'll be alright. I hope. Let's see if... Does that work? It doesn't. Thought that had been put into X-Pilot. Are we going to make that? Oh, maybe not. Nah, we'll be alright. Whoops. Get the FO twitchy, wouldn't it? Get the captain twitchy, wow. Snug. Loads of room. That's 27, so we'll go on to 26. I think we would have taxied in the other.
Jet 478 Langen radar identified. Proceed direct Kirax. Cleared Kirax 25 November transition. Descent flight level 110.
Alright, that could have been better, but hey, pointing in the right direction. Pretty difficult to see. Oh. Seven 3 should be about there. I'll do this.
Jet 001 Langen radar identified. Climb flight level 220.
Stand. 2 blues. Two blues, 1 red. It is dead. And we are on stand. 1 hour 40-minute block time. $14.60, $14.80. You have used 1.64, 0.65. We'll wait for 20%. Get the beacon off. Look at the replay. So Zibo says 4. Yeah,
Alpine
I'll take
7
that.
Lima uniform turn, left heading 350. Left heading 350, Alpine 7 Lima.
Welcome to Baden-Baden. Nice little airport. Won't be going that way again. Wasn't that much, but it was a bit further backtracking. Parking's alright. Aeroplane's looking alright.
Guten Abend. Ryanair 3054 with you.
Guess that used to be an old runway.
Passing Amosa. Ryanair 3054 Langenräder identified.
So I'm going to disconnect that. And I'm going to complete the flight on Project Flight. And for the time being, complete it on smart cars, so that's gone. Beacon, get rid of that. And let's have a look. So replay wise, get that back on. Sorts everything else out. Let's get the doors shut. Wait for those to shut, otherwise it looks a bit odd. Let's have a look at the replay. Ooh, a bit too far. So why don't we just run that backwards? So we touch down about here. Alright, it was a bit of a thump. Not bad. Well guys, as always, thanks very much for joining. I do appreciate it. I hope that was interesting. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you found a few errors that I could have handled better. I did. If there's any questions you've got, feel free to pop on the channel somehow. But certainly come with them for the next time. Try and fly a few times this week. Before lockdown hopefully finally ends this weekend. And all I can say is for now, thanks very much. Look after yourselves. Thanks for the support. Please sub if you haven't already. Look forward to seeing you all again soon. But from me, for now, bye bye for now. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Good night.